Have you ever successfully stopped a repeat marketing or scam phone call? How did you do it? Got a call from the Social Security Administration. I asked for the company's address and he paused and then said New York, America. I took a call from the "I hear you've had an accident that wasn't your fault" call that I get about once a week. It's automated at first, but as soon as I said yes I got put through to someone. I spent 20 minutes explaining how someone reared into my lane and crashed into me and it wasn't my fault. At the end, when they asked me for details of the damage, I explained that they bent the handlebars a bit but the bicycle was mostly okay. They hung up on me and I haven't back from them for about a month. Yeah, got a call from the duct cleaning people. I told them I don't have ducts, I have geese. They just hung up on me and haven't bothered me since. Hello. Federal Bureau of Investigation, Telemarketing Fraud Department, how may I help you? Click. Told them that I was a member of their branch a floor above them and that they misdialed. They said fuck you and hung up. Didn't get a call back from them for a few months. I asked them for their social security and they hung up on me. Whack. Ha 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 ha. I did the same. I answered all worried and then said, so can I borrow yours for a while instead? Person got pissed and hung up on me. No calls back though. I'm sure another scammer will call again since it's just an act that all of them do. But I got a social security scam call. They told me they had found 22 pounds of cocaine in a Toyota Camry with some blood in the front seat because they always say that exact line. I responded, oh my god, that's terrible. So are you telling me that this was not you who left the car there? No, that was me, but I had 30 pounds of cocaine in that car. Are you telling me that 8 pounds just went missing? So he was very confused and I was accusing him of stealing it. Then he started swearing at me until he hung up. Edit. Holy Jesus, I didn't think this would make me so popular. Thank you for the upvotes and the silver. No, it was a silver Toyota. I always hit the button to speak with a person or get more info, or sometimes they call with a live person to begin with. I put on my sexy low voice and say, hey baby, how you doing? They usually hang up immediately. If not, my next response to whatever they say is, that sounds really hot, what are you wearing? Too close to 100% hang up and don't call back. The thing that gets them is wasting their time. They are getting paid to make calls, so the longer you keep them on the better. One thing I like to do is start a rambling story that goes nowhere like Grandpa Simpson does on The Simpsons. You know, survey? Yes, I've taken some surveys in my time. Why, I even worked on one. Now I think it was in 06, or was it 07? No, it must have been 06 because that was the winter I crashed my Buick. God, I miss that old car. It was such a beautiful shade of green like the jungle. Now, I've been to the jungle and boy do they have mosquitoes. I tried to troll a guy who was clearly calling people to get their bank account information by saying they were giving away money to help college students. He was from India and was dedicated to his job. I tried to piss him off for about 30 minutes but he kept interrupting me and I eventually told him to fuck off and hung up the phone. He kept cutting me off saying, but my friend, motherfuck you bloody, fucking guy. I got a call, started reeling off this massive script. Finished probably after 2 minutes of solid talking, and I politely sat through the whole thing. I paused and said, sorry, she said again and started the whole script again from the start. Another 2 minutes solid talk wall later, I said, sorry. This time, there was a bit of frustration in her voice. Again and once again did the whole 2 minutes again, aggressively this time. Sorry, fuck this, and the call ended. Just play dumb and eat up their time. They are playing a numbers game and don't want to spend 30 minutes with some good that gives them nothing. That 30 they would rather get shot down 20 times and maybe find that old lady they can trick. Twitch streamer Kitboga currently has a personal record of 16 hours on the phone over the past week or so with a single caller, and his co-workers. I unplugged the landline. It was either that shit or my father-in-law, so win-win. You should have unplugged the father-in-law. Answer the phone. Connect to an agent, mute your phone and carry on with what you were doing. They quickly take you off their dialers when you waste their agent's time. I'm mostly the same, but I've stepped it up. Answer, connect, mute the same. But when a person picks up and starts speaking, I rapid fire press numbers on my keypad until they hang up. My favorite response to it has been, "Beautiful song sir, we won't call again." They called again. My friend speaks English, Spanish, and Russian. He would just start randomly switching between languages, and each language had a different personality. He would confuse them into total submission. They rarely called back. I worked in a restaurant that was definitely not called J. Alexander's. At said restaurant you got 3 table sections, and I had a co-worker that would use a different accent at each table. Table 1 was Australian, table 2 was German, and table 21 was Indian. Once a table got up, the new table got a new accent. It was his mental game to keep the accents straight for the whole shift. Every table got a call that there was a virus on my computer. Told them that was impossible as I throw my computer into the river so the cops couldn't get any evidence on me. Haven't heard from them since. The phone scam that puts you through to someone who says you have been in an accident no longer calls me because I just keep telling them an elephant ran out in front of my car and it was a hit and run, didn't get the plate. About once or twice a week I would get the Microsoft support phone call. For about 3 weeks, I would hang up on them. After about a month of this, I decided to jack with them. I let them give their line about how my computer is sending them error, blah, 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 blah. I kept responding with, interesting, okay, fascinating, etc. When they said that they wanted to connect to my computer, I told them that this would be difficult. They asked why. I told them that they called the server room for the Pentagon. I do not think I have ever heard anyone hang up quicker. I got that one before and spent a good long time just playing dumb. Okay, but which laptop do you mean? Yeah, I've got 2. One is big, one is small. Does that help? Can you tell me how to log in? I don't know my password. Would receive a specific one 9 times out of 10. Your car warranty is about to expire. Press 1 if you'd like to be connected to a representative. So I would oblige, wait for someone to come on the line and say make, model and year of your vehicle, which I usually followed up with 2013 Hasbro ATV or 2017 Little Tikes tricycle or something of that nature. I must have become a famous caller because they only called maybe 6 times after I started doing that, and they always started with "oh look who it is." Eventually, it just stopped. I assume it's because they were tired of wasting their time on someone who was wasting their time. I usually reply with "what car are you calling about?" and they'll say "can you confirm the year, make and model?" and I just keep asking "what car are you calling about?" They hang up every time. Sometimes I get snippy/petty and say, "well, you're calling me about my car's extended warranty, which means you clearly know what car I own, so you tell me." They hang up, of course. I get a call from a random pharmaceutical company saying that my supply of Viagra is ready for pickup. I told him that I had a complaint regarding the Viagra. I said that I only took half a pill and now only half of my PP was hard. Now my base is hard but the tip was soft and I was pissed. I kept going on this Viagra rant for about a minute or so and then they hang up. Happened twice and my friends are still laughing. Half my PP was hard, holy shit, that's gold-omg. I used to get a lot of unsolicited calls from a company who could sort my debt. I got a call from them one day, when I wasn't doing much at home, so decided to have some fun. I gave a false name, false address, which they couldn't find on their system. I convinced them it was a new build eventually. I then went through my debts meticulously, had them waiting while I found the paperwork, etc. Some of the debts were for my sex change, and then reverting back because I changed my mind. 30 to 40 minutes later and I had over £300,000 debt, and able to pay up to £4,000 per month to clear it with them. The woman on the phone got her boss, because it was such a big contract, and when the boss lady got on the phone, I told her I made it all up. I kid you not, she told me I was wasting their time, and that I shouldn't do that, then hung up on me. Never heard from them again. I got a call about having $10,000 in credit debt. I have never had a credit card. This guy keeps calling me telling me there is a warrant out for my arrest and the cops are looking for me. Cool, I'm like, what town do I live in? What town do you live in? Guy gets pissed and hangs up. Shit you not, he calls me back in a week. I'm like, OMG, it's you again. Did you figure out what town I live in yet? Says he fucking hates me and hangs up. Never got another call. saying something like, "Hello there, you are speaking with a sales representative from Pleasure.com, what kind of sex toys do you want to order?" Really scream it at them BTW, it always works for me. "Welcome to Jim's whorehouse. You got the dough, we got the hoe." I always just say Bill's orphanage, you make 'em we take 'em. They usually don't call back after that. "You can see them, we retrieve them." I answer the phone as Detective so-and-so, then I ask them who they are and why they called the number in a very stern and cop-like manner, then I ask them where they are and act like I am giving the information to someone else who is contacting Interpol. I ask a few more questions about their relationship to the number and advise anyone who has not already hung up that they are to stay put and wait for Interpol to arrive for interrogations. Stopped calls to my classroom. I screamed for a solid 30 seconds. My mother-in-law keeps a compressed air horn in her living room. When they call she agrees to everything, and then when it's time for the credit card number, "Are you ready? Hunk. Dot. Answer the phone with Ghostbusters, "What do you want?" and get increasingly exasperated when they don't have a legitimate paranormal issue. Helps to loudly snack gum. Whenever they intro with "this is so-and-so" on a recorded line, I always politely say I do not consent to being recorded or monitored, or something along those lines. It's always fun how flustered they get and not sure of what to do. They usually hang up and don't call back again. I don't even know if they need my consent to record me, but it seems to work. If it's a human on the line, I tell them that the person they're looking for had just died. One time I actually had a telemarketer call asking for my grandfather, who's been dead for almost 25 years. Not me, but my grandma. After Grandpa died, she started getting phone calls in the evening from an insurance agent trying to sell her insurance for her husband. She's very polite, but she always says no thank you before she hangs up the phone. This goes on for almost a week. Grandma is really beside herself about these calls, and she tells my mom how upset she is with this man. One evening, I guess the guy was really impatient with her, and before Grandma could say no thank you, the agent asked her, "But Mom, you need your husband to be covered. Don't you care if he's covered?" To which she promptly replied, "He is covered. With 6 feet of dirt. Is that enough coverage for you?" Man hung up on her and didn't call again. Grandma really was a nice lady, and she was embarrassed that she lost her temper with that guy. My sisters and loved that story. Smile. Edit. Wow. Silver. Thank you for your kindness. Heart. Wow. Gold. My grandma would be tickled to know you liked her story. Thank you for your kindness. I always answer scam calls and try to get to a person. Then I talk really softly so they turn up their headset. After a while I scream the highest pitch scream I can or play the video on YouTube, high-pitched noise. Your city name here, fraud department, how can I help you today? I got a call from one of those "you've been selected for a free trip to the Bahamas" scammers. I told her that I couldn't do that right now. "Oh no sir, you don't understand, it's free, you just need to. No, I understand that ma'am, it's just, I'm currently under federal investigation and cannot leave the country. I'm terribly sorry sir, will remove a number from a list. Have a wonderful day. Click / I'm ringing about your recent accident. Oh, you mean when I ran over all those children? I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't have gone flat out in a school zone. Okay, I just. Did they figure out which heads went with which bodies? / click /